This is a short presentation on the Program Dump to Disk option. Information about the Program Dump to Disk option may be found in the Task Management Programming Guide. A program dump to disk may be taken explicitly by setting the to disk option at compile time, bind time or run time. If the system option PD to disk is set, then by default program dumps will be taken to disk. If the DL Pdump files location is set, then program dump files will be taken to that family. The name and location of the program dump file may be changed using label equation by label equating the file Pdump. In the top right, we see that option 18, PD to disk, is set. So by default, program dumps will be taken to disk. In the lower right, the disk location, DL Pdump files, is set to a family called multi. In the top left, there's a short program that has a structure block and takes a program dump. It's taken a program dump to disk by default, and it's been stored on multi. On the lower left, the same program has been run, but the program dump was forced to printer, the traditional way of getting a program dump, and it was stored in the task file of the program. So we'll go and find the traditional program dump and have a look at it. It's stored as a BD file. And there it is, and we can list that program dump file, and there we see it. The structure block has been analysed as just an array with no structure in it. We go and search for the Pdump file, which would be under my user code on multi. Pdump. And we can list that one. Now when OB is asked to list a program dump file, a program dump to disk file, it runs a job which does an analysis of the program dump, a summary analysis, and here we have that analysis. And here we see the structure block is nicely formatted and the variables laid out for us. Now, this is the job that OB runs, which does the summary analysis of the program dump to disk file. It does the dumping stack and it sets various modes and an array limit, and that file is can be sent by email to the analyst. Now, so the traditional program dump doesn't analyse and present ID names, for example, for structure blocks. And when the UCF was submitted about that, the reply came back. There are many things that program dump to disk and dump analyzer can do that program dump to printer cannot. For example, the ability to analyze the arrays of your choice rather than all arrays or none, to name but one of many. It is probably true to say that most of engineering would like to get rid of program dump to printer, as it uses much more resource and produces output which is much less informative. And we've changed our systems over to use program dump to disk by default. Information about Dump Analyzer can be found in the System Software Utilities Operations Reference Manual. One of the capabilities of Dump Analyzer is a user library interface. This was used to investigate a problem with Jampack. So this program was able to extract the information, extract an array out of the program dump file and put it into a test harness to allow investigation of the problem. So that can be a very useful capability, but of course it also means that if you're sending a program dump off-site, then that program dump information is available to be analysed by others, so there is a security consideration. And that's the end of the tip.